Hey guys, Ryan here. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down my top 5 favorite Vanguard sniper supports. If you're interested in attachments, every gun I'm going to go over in this video, aside from the last two, are going to have a nice little attachment card. And then I'm also going to be talking about the difference between Modern Warfare and Cold War sniper supports versus Vanguard sniper supports. So if you're interested in that, please do stick to the end. And before we get into the MP40, which is my first gun I'm going to talk about, I want to say I've recently joined an organization called Unite Gaming. I'm going to be with them as a content creator and a streamer. This wouldn't have been possible without all the support from the people who watch my videos, from all the people who have been commenting, and you guys have made this possible, and I just want to say thank you because I really appreciate it. But for now, let's get into this MP40. So this is the attachments and the build that I use currently on my gun. The main thing that I really like about the MP40 is it just feels like the best all-around sniper support in the entire game. It has great damage in the mid-range, it has great damage up close, it has great mobility, it has almost everything you would want from a sniper support. When you're talking about guns that fit the mold of a sniper support, you're looking for something that's going to be good in the mid-range, it's going to be good up close, and it's going to just be good overall. But it's key that it has pretty decent mid-range damage. That's what makes this MP40 so insane. When you're talking about a gun that has good close-range damage, this excels there. When you're talking about a gun that has good mid-range damage, this excels there. When you're just talking about a gun that has good mobility, good recoil control, good almost everything, then the MP40 is the clear winner. Now, I do actually think this gun is bound to be nerfed when Raven returns from their vacation next week, so I would expect to see the MP40 receive somewhat of a nerf next Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, maybe even 2 weeks from now, but do keep that in mind. If you want to know more about the MP40 in particular, I've already made a video dedicated to this gun as a sniper support, so go check that out. The link is going to be in the description. And for now, I'm going to move on to the number 2 gun, the Cooper Carbine. So the Cooper Carbine is right now one of the best all-around guns in the entirety of Warzone. Whether you're talking about this thing as a long-range assault rifle, a close-range, almost SMG hybrid gun, or as a sniper support, this gun is top tier in every regard. Having said that, as a sniper support, I think this is outright the best assault rifle sniper support that Vanguard has to offer right now. I think there are some close contenders in guns like the AS44, guns like the Volks, but they are just lagging a little bit behind this beast. Now, the Cooper Carbine does have a little drawbacks. It's not perfect. It's not as mobile as the MP40, for example. It doesn't have as insane damage up close, but it just feels amazing. It has low recoil, it's super easy to hit your shots, it has great damage up close for an assault rifle, and it just feels like one of those guns you really want to be using. For me, the clear top 2 contenders for the best sniper supports in the game are the MP40 and the Cooper Carbine. Now, I do think there's a little bit of a debate as to which one is actually better. For me and my aggressive play style, I think the MP40 is a tad bit better. But if you're a more conservative player who likes to allow other players to play into you, then I think the Cooper Carbine is going to be a little better. If you like to push people, if you like to be very aggressive, I would lean more towards the MP40. But if you're someone who's a little slower, a little bit more laid back, you like to snipe at long ranges, and you just want something to help fend people off when you're in a good position, I'd really recommend the Cooper Carbine for that. That's where I think it really excels. You can also use it as an aggressive gun. Do not get me wrong. It fits that playstyle very well. But I will also say that it just doesn't have the same mobility factor that the MP40 has. So in my eyes, it's really going to come down between the Cooper Carbine and the MP40 for the top 2 spots, but there's still a couple really good guns, and I'm going to get into them now. In the 3rd spot, we're going to have the Type 100, and this is going to be the last gun I'm going to give attachments for, and I'll explain why in a bit. So the Type 100 is not as good as the MP40 and Cooper Carbine in my mind, but there's something about it that I absolutely love. I think that there's something that it lacks right now in comparison to the Cooper Carbine and MP40, but I do think that after the MP40 may potentially get nerfed, as well as the Cooper Carbine, then the Type 100 is going to really rise up in its potential usefulness and its spot in the meta. Currently, I still think it's phenomenal. There's just something about the way the gun feels that feels amazing. When you are up close on someone, it melts people. In the mid-range, it melts people. If you can just hit your shots, if you can master the feel and the recoil on this gun, you're going to dominate. The other thing is my build is kind of suited for me, and I have a really aggressive playstyle. So this is a closer range build. It may have a little too much recoil for you, so if you need to change some attachments to make it kick a little less, do feel free to do so. Unfortunately, this gun is just not as mobile as the MP40, and it has a little bit more recoil than the Cooper Carbine, but it's still more than viable, and if you're someone who has this gun leveled up or you just enjoy the feel of it, I'd really recommend giving it a shot. And this is where my third and fourth guns that I really want to talk about are going to come up. And this is the Sten and the Volks. And the reason why I have these in their own topic right now is because outright right now, I'm not sure they're that good, guys. I think they're even a little worse than the Type 100. But if we see guns start to get nerfed like the MP40, the Cooper Carbine, then I think these are the guns you need to keep an eye on. In particular, the Sten with the damage rounds really are something that I think are going to be kind of meta. The issue is that without the damage rounds, it kind of feels weird, and even with the damage rounds, it's not perfect right now. I just think that after the MP40 is nerfed, we're going to see this thing become outright one of the best guns in the game. And it's kind of similar with the Volks. I think once the Cooper Carbine is nerfed, this is going to be the go-to sniper support assault rifle in the entire game. Now, I could be wrong on this one, and so this one I'm a little less confident on, but I do just think people need to give this gun a shot, especially if you use the right build for it. If you are looking for the best Volks build that I have found, I would go to warzoneloadouts.games.com, I think it is. It's just a website that has the best loadouts that I've found so far. The other guns in this video I've built myself, but for guns that I'm unsure of, I get my base attachments from this website because they kind of give you a good starting point to really build your guns off of. Now though, to end this video, I just want to talk about the difference between Modern Warfare sniper supports, Cold War sniper supports, and Vanguard sniper supports. So what you're seeing in the background currently is going to be a time to kill chart from TrueGameData.com, which I'd really recommend checking out if you're looking for the best stats in the entire game, period. But looking at this, in orange, that is the MP40. In green is going to be the Lapa with an extended barrel from Cold War. That pink purple is going to be the MP7 from Modern Warfare. And then that blue is going to be the PPSH from Cold War. So on there, I have two Cold War SMGs, one Modern Warfare, and one Vanguard SMG. I didn't want to clutter the time to kill chart too much, so I kept this to a minimum. But I wanted to highlight how some of these guns are different, some of the way they work, and the different types of sniper supports you're going to find, and why almost every gun on this list is absolutely viable. So as you can notice with the MP40, it has outright the fastest time to kill of any of the guns. That's the one in the orange. It kills the fastest pretty much no matter what. But if you were to look at the damage range, and this is with a bare build, so it's not the exact damage range you would have, it falls behind many of the other guns. This is why there are tons of viable options right now in the game, and I think the meta is the best it's ever been. While you have powerhouses like the MP40 and the Cooper Carbine, there are tons of options scattered throughout. They're going to fill different roles. The MP7 and CX9 have amazing hipfire, they have great damage in the mid-range, they have good damage up close, and they are completely viable to use. Same with the Lapa from Cold War, same with the PPSH, the Bullfrog, the MAC-10. There are countless options to use right now, and I think that the meta is in one of the best places it's ever really been. Now this is just Vanguard sniper supports, what I covered in this video, but I will be making the top 5 best overall sniper supports after the next round of nerfs goes out. So keep your eye on that video. If you do like content like this, please do subscribe. Please choose to like this video, but don't feel pressured to. I just want to say thank you for watching this video, and if you made it this far, thank you. I genuinely appreciate you watching this video, and I also just really hope that it actually helped you figure out what guns to use and how to be a better player. So once again, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you have a good day. It's been Ryan. Peace.